Hello Capricorn, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your December 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what's going on for the sign of Capricorn? What do we need to know for you? You have the Death card, so an ending and a rebirth. However, before the rebirth, you still have to go through, the darkness. Now, something could have just ended within your life and you are looking at, all these sad things that are going on, but maybe you can see the silver lining. Everything has to end, okay? Even the good things have to end, all the bad things have to end. So it's about perspective when we see the death energy. It's also a representation that death comes for all things. Man, woman, child, rich, poor, even the Pope himself, right? So what's going on with this death energy for Capricorn? What do we need to know for you? We have the Star in reversed, we have the Fool upright, and we have the Death card. Oh my gosh. This was the exact opposite for Sagittarius. Okay. So double clarification of death. So your dream has come to an end. A dream that you've wanted within your life, something is coming to an end. And maybe you're not going to be able to see the light. You're just not going to be able to see, where do I go from here? This situation, this star has died out. I don't know what to do next. I don't even have any goals or any plans or any opportunities. So what is the next step? With the Fool energy, this can be a representation of a brand new beginning within your life, but you also have the Death card coming out again, representing that every brand new opportunity comes to an ending because maybe you're bringing them to an ending. Now, why is this happening? The Temperance with the Six of Cups. So here's the thing, the Star was meant to come to an end. The Temperance actually shut that situation down to give you the Six of Grails. Remember that the Temperance angel is taking care of you. So something comes to an end, but there's a reason behind that. It is for your best interest. It is for your better good right here. I know that that can be hard to understand. Why is this for my best interest? Because, you're sitting here through this sadness with this double death energy. But the Angel of Temperance is allowing you to drink from the Six of Grails. The Angel of Temperance is alchemizing a new situation for you. Maybe you can't see that. So what is this Fool energy? The Three of Skulls with the Lord of Knives. You have an opportunity to showcase your talents to really impress someone right here. That's the Fool. You have the opportunity to showcase who you are as an individual. So maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you can't figure out why your career keeps ending. But maybe you have a skill, and it could be something as simple as sewing, and maybe you want to start doing TikToks or YouTube videos to show off your skill. Maybe you want to, go to a farmer's market and show off your produce. I feel like you have the opportunity right here to impress people with your know-how. You can spin straw into gold, okay? So you have all these things that are behind you that have fallen apart, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I can turn all these cobwebs that I have left over all these things that have fallen apart within my life, over everything that's come to an end, and I can turn it into something that can possibly impress this Lord of Knives. And remember, with the Three of Pentacles, people are watching you do this. So you're piquing the interest of someone who's very important with this Lord of Knives energy. So maybe you wanted to start a business. You couldn't start your business. Maybe you got fired from a job. It could be something as simple as that. You got fired from your job. And you're like, okay, well, I can start a computer programming business at my house. Well, you start a computer programming business, and then say the whole pandemic stuff, destroyed all of that for you. And then you're like, okay, well, I can, go and work at this company, but they won't hire you because of X, Y, and Z, whatever the problem is. You just don't feel like there is any opportunity for you. Go back to point one. What are your hobbies? What are your talents? What are your skills? How do you showcase this skill to other people? Because maybe what you want to do is you want to work for other people, but you're not showing them how to do it for themselves. Remember, self-help things are really, really popular. Because there are things that you can look up online that, like say your phone breaks. Something happens on your phone. You can Google it, and usually someone will have have a video put up on how to fix your phone even before like Apple or Android has a fix for it. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you, is you're able to spin the straw into gold. right here. Because it's not about just turning the straw into gold. How do you do it? Explaining things, showing them. So with this death energy, what else is going on? You have the Eight of Grails and you have the Six of Scepters. It allows you to walk away from things within your life to find victory. It's basically saying, don't look at these things that are, you know, fixes for right now. Go and find your own victory. Don't worry about these things that just don't seem to pan out. The one thing that will pan out will work for you. There will be support for you in that, okay? So it could be something along the lines as you want to start a cooking channel, or you want to maybe go work at a restaurant to showcase your cooking skills. Maybe you are a sous chef from, like, you know, France, I don't know, and you're trying to get, you know, a job at Gordon Ramsay's and you just can't get it, but you decide to work at the Outback Steakhouse. You know, a lot of rich people, like really rich people, they actually eat pretty cheap. They don't usually go to like those 5-course, 10-course meal places. They go and get good food from a good place, and maybe you have the opportunity to impress them there. You could even possibly get, you know, hired on as a personal chef. Like, that is the silver lining within this. That is the Fool energy. Taking your bag, because that's what the Fool represents. He takes his bag and he has his little dog and he's walking off a cliff. He's like, it is what it is. The sun is illuminating behind him, or illuminated behind him, representing that he has divine faith within the sunlight or the universe or the angels or God. And he's just walking off a cliff. And that's what the Eight of Grails represents, is you see opportunities, but they're not fulfilling, maybe because they keep ending. Maybe someone keeps knocking over these things and you're like, well, I have no other choice but to go and move somewhere else, to do it myself. We have the Three of Knives, the Nine of Skulls, the Seven of Knives. It's not going to be easy to grow your own garden, okay? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be filled with, you know, a lot of sad things, because you're going to have to start out at point 1 sometimes. Sometimes you have to start out at not even point 1, go all the way back to 0. Start at the center of the graph, right? And say, I need to get to the Nine of Knives. But understand, or not the Nine of Knives, the Nine of Pentacles. And then with the Seven of Knives, you have to understand, you have to be very tricky about it. You have to be calculating. You have to, you know, the Seven of Knives is not always about a thief energy. It's not always about cruelty either. It's about being clever. It's about getting one up on a situation. How can you do this for yourself? How are you going to manipulate the situation to work for you? Overcoming the Three of Knives. You have the Five of Pentacles with the Daughter of Grails. You cannot allow yourself to just be a beggar in a situation, okay? You have to figure out things for yourself now. I feel like you have the know-how. I just don't think you know how to market yourself. That's possibly your problem here, Capricorn, is that maybe you know how to do something. I don't think you know how to market yourself properly to showcase your skills to other people. Maybe that's something that you need to focus on. Okay, maybe that's something that you need to do for yourself. How do you market? Understanding marketing, understanding, you know, entrepreneurship, whatever. So with the Five of Skulls, it's like you're walking around in this poverty looking for your cup to be filled up by anyone, but the angels are going to guide you. The angels are going to show you this is how you go, but you're going to have to let go of some things. You're going to have to understand, how do you do it yourself? The Nine of Knives with the Hanged Man and the Four of Skulls. It's very scary for you to actually cut yourself down to move forward. I feel like if you go into a meditative state right here, you will actually find the the fix, all right? If you go into the Hanged Man and just don't allow this anxiety to take over, just hang yourself upside down and go and see things from a different perspective, you will understand how to let go with the Four of Skulls. You will understand, hey, this is how I move forward. Because with the Four of Skulls, this person is too afraid to let go of things. But they know that in order to make money, you have to spend money. They know that if you want to start something, you're going to have to put time and effort into that. I kind of feel like, in a way, you're wasting your time right here by being miserable, instead of just saying, well, I'm going to try it. and see how it works. But understand, trying something, doing something yourself the first time is not always going to work, right? So if at first you don't succeed, try again, but I do feel like it's on your own. Maybe you've always wanted to do this for yourself. Maybe this is the confirmation that you need. Maybe you're just miserable at your job. Maybe you've always just wanted to do something, own your own business, own your own company. You want to be your own boss with the Emperor card coming out. You want to be the one who sits at the top. How do you sit at the top? How does someone build from the ground up? How does anyone spin straw into gold? Well, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. That's the Hanged Man energy. You have to sacrifice. You have to understand that sacrifices cause anxiety, but those sacrifices are letting go with the Four of Pentacles. You don't want to sacrifice anything. You don't want to say you wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you don't have a good camera. Maybe it's time for you to go and take your money to the bank or pull money out of the bank and get yourself a good phone. Maybe it's time for you to just upgrade your phone. It could be something as simple as that, because Capricorns, are not generally bound to the physical realm. They like to have like very niche things, right? Like a Ming vase or a Ming vase. I'm just going to be, real with you, a vase. But you don't like to have all of this stuff. You just like to have, it's quality over quantity. Whereas Taurus, it's quantity over quality. So maybe it is time for you to say, I need to kind of upgrade myself into this century. I need to get like a brand new phone. Maybe you have a phone that's 10 years old, 6 years old, whatever. That'll really help you, because you'll be able to do so much more than you ever thought possible on it. You'll be able to schedule, have multiple tabs open, be able to do X, Y, and Z, right? The Ten of Knives with the Hermit. Yeah, in a way, it can feel like a swift defeat for you to spend money right here. But sometimes you have to. For example, I like to play card games, right? And card games like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, things like that, they're expensive. But there are people out there who make money off of YouTube, or they go and they play in competitions by having really expensive cards and really expensive decks. Those cards sometimes cost, $500 to $3,000 to $10,000. But if they want to make it their business, they have to go through that mental death of like, all right, I got to spend that $10,000 so that way I can use it in this competition, or that way I can showcase it, that way I can prove that I know what I'm talking about, kind of thing. Because they're trying to make their business. So, but be careful, it is a double-edged sword. But spending money for a Capricorn is kind of similar to the Ten of Knives. Seven of Skulls, because you're growing with the High Priestess. You're trying to grow something right here. You're trying to grow a garden, but understanding sometimes if you want to grow a garden, you have to cut out, the weeds that aren't supposed to be there. Or you have to prune things. When you're growing a tree, you have to prune it sometimes. You sometimes have to, like when you have a brand new young tree and it's its first year that it's going to start, creating fruit, you have to knock off a lot of those new fruits. You might be sitting there thinking, dang, I just knocked off over $200 worth of fruit. No, you didn't. Because at the end of the day, that tree was not going to be able to carry all that fruit. In fact, it might even kill the tree. You have to knock off the fruit yourself sometimes. So that way you have a healthy plant. You have to prune it. You have to cut off the branches so that way it can grow back stronger. Just understand it will grow back. The Lord of Knives with the World card, with the Seven of Grails. Or not the Lord of Knives, the Lord of Scepters. With the Lord of Scepters right here, move forward into completing a cycle into your dream, into the Seven of Grails. Because remember, the Temperance Angel sits inside of the Seventh Grail. So here's the thing. What is your true dream? What is your true identity, your true purpose? Because there are 6 cups. And they all look beautiful. There's one with wealth. There's one with, you know, a snake. There's a tower moment in one of the cups. But there's an angel who is very benevolent and a divine being sitting in the center cup of the Seven of Cups, right? If you want to go after and conquer the world, you're going to have to look at that Seven of Cups, your true dream, all right? And allow yourself to be guided by that angel. And I know that that's kind of hard to say, be guided by God, but, you know, there are a lot of scientists who were. There are a lot of mathematicians who were. There were a lot of people who professed, you know, their devotion to a supreme being who changed the world. They had their faith too. The lovers, they connected to a higher purpose with the Ten of Grails. They were connected to God right here, and God saw their needs and met them with the Ten of Cups. So Capricorn, it's about understanding right here that you're going to have to spend money if you want to start a business. You're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have delays. You're going to have anxiety over it. But you can't just sit there and wallow in the misery. If everything has not worked out for you, go back to the Three of Pentacles right here. What is the one thing that you are good at? And how do you showcase it? How do you capitalize off of this? Because here's the thing, the Lord of Knives is showing you how to do this. The Lord of Knives is very impressed with your skills because the Lord of Knives wants good people to work for them, okay? You have courage to move forward and have strength. So you have double clarification of lion energy. You have the King of Wands. So have the courage to move forward. You're not going to just fail at this situation. You might feel like you're going to fail, but if it's truly what you're connected to, pray about it, think about it. What inspired you when you were younger? What have you always thought about doing? Now, you don't have to go, 100 straight into it, right? You want to test the waters here and there. You want to build it. So it's okay to run a business while you have another job. A lot of tarot readers online, before they get, really popular, they have another job too. Some people decide, hey, they're going to quit their job and just do videos 6-7 times a day, sometimes 12 times a day, every single day, and they build up, a really good channel, a really good following, and then they're like, I'm going to open up a Patreon account, and then they're going to open up an Instagram account, and they're going to open up a TikTok. Like, that's how they build a business on YouTube. I'm not going to do all that because I don't really care, but you have Hearth, happiness in our hearts and home. Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. And maybe you're feeling like you're too old. No, you're not. Just get an Instagram account. Just download Instagram, sign into it, and then start uploading pictures. Google how you do it. If you need help, ask someone for help. Maybe you have, a grandchild. Maybe you have someone who's just younger who can help you, and they want to help you. That's something that you need to work on for yourself, too. You ask for help. You have unseen, and you have begin anew. You have a new opportunity to begin. You have the angels guiding you with that unseen energy. So I don't really think that you need to be scared about really anything right here. Just try to, work on your fortune. Try to work on your skills. Algas, protection, assistance, advancement, persistence, guardian spirit, divine intervention, and mysticism. That's what this is for you, okay? Let me get your Witch's Familiar cards. You're protected. You will have the assistance that you need. You have to be persistent, though, if you want advancement within anything. Guardian spirit, the angel. And you have that fox, cunning. You have that Seven of Swords that came out. You know how I mentioned being cunning before? Yeah, you have to be cunning within business. And you have wolf, communication. You have to be cunning with your communication. That can also be, the Lord of Knives. The Lord of Knives can be represented by, a wolf energy. It's Aquarius energy. So someone who is very sharp-minded, very keen. It can also be represented by an owl. But the Lord of Knives is the king of communication. Okay, it's the king of intelligence. It's Aquarius. So It's the fixed air sign. Oh, I didn't get you a talisman card. Hold on, let me get you a talisman card. Can't forget that. You have answers. Open your mind, connect with the higher power, broaden your horizons, and invoke wisdom. Invoke wisdom from the King of Swords. Maybe pay attention to the owl, okay? So, anyway, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.